Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Fumi for those that are new. Thank you for joining me today. So we are going to be creating a flawless airbrushed makeup look that can be good for the holidays, for going out, birthday. It's quite a versatile look, literally. So if you've been wondering how to get that airbrushed finish, keep watching. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, like this video if you enjoyed it, and yeah, let's get right in. So I start by moisturizing her skin using my Kaeso cosmetic moisturizing lotion in Mallow and Cucumber. Now I'm going to color correct her skin. I'm going to go to all the areas that there's some hyperpigmentation. I'm just going to go and mask that because I don't want them to peek through my foundation. So that's why I've mixed those two products together to achieve this shade. Yes, I'm using quite a bit because I really want it to be flawless. So you don't really need to do this though. If you've got really good foundation, you can layer it up if you wanted, but I didn't want to put too much foundation or too many layers. That's why I have done the color correction. Don't forget the ears, guys. I know people forget the ears and they look like you've kind of put a mask on your face. You need to remember to put foundation on your ears, put on your neck as well. And now I'm pressing my sponge in. This is the tip. You need to press your sponge in. It is fulfilling like a dual role right now. It's taking off excess foundation and also giving you that nice base. So you need to be blending. So using a Bobbi Brown foundation in a shade I will link below, I'm using that to highlight her face. Yes, I'm using foundation, a concealer. Some days I use foundation, some days I use concealer. Whatever gives me the look I'm going for, that's what I use. I'm going to put foundation in all the usual areas, under her eyes, her chin, down the bridge of her nose and the forehead area. Those are the areas, those are the common areas that we like to highlight and bring forward. This is another tip for anyone who has foundation is lying around the house that is too light for you. You're thinking of chucking it in the bin. Don't chuck it in the bin, please. Try and use it as a highlight. If it's not too watery, you can actually pull off this look using a lighter foundation. But if your foundation is too watery, then it kind of defeats the purpose because it just blends in and you don't even see anything. So you have to make sure that your foundation is thick enough, but there's no harm in trying. Try, instead of wasting foundation, you can actually use it as a highlight as well. So I'm going to blend that in using my Real Techniques complexion sponge. I use a light hand. I'm always using light hands, guys. It's just the way. That's the blending technique. So now I'm going to first set a highlight using the Luxury Powder by Revolution. I'm going to push that. I'm going to use the sponge to push it in first before I go in and bake. So that's another tip. Set your foundation or your highlight first using your powder, then bake after, because yeah, that's just it. You can't skip that. If you do, you're not going to get the look we're going for. So you need to first set the cream products, then go in and bake. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm literally using a sponge to push in the powder into her skin, and then I'm going to go ahead and bake after. I hope that makes sense. So if you haven't subscribed to this channel, guys, this will be a good time to subscribe to this channel, please. Okay, give us a thumbs up. Put in the comment section below if you have any questions or if you have any video suggestions. Don't worry, I have a lot in stock that I'm just gonna be pushing out. So you don't want to miss any of that. Make sure you subscribe, click on the notification bell so you're aware whenever I upload any videos. Thank you. So now I just brushed up her brows in the direction that I like to draw them. So I'm using this twisted up pencil to trace out her brows. I feel like some of the powder had sunk into her skin, so I went back to add some more powder so that my highlighted areas can pop even more. Now I'm using the P. Louise Rumor Base 5 to carve underneath her brows to give her the clean look. So I'm switching in between two brushes. The first was a flat brush. I used that to trace underneath her eyebrows. Now I'm using a round fluffy brush to tap in the eyeshadow base into onto the eyelid. You can see that I'm not dragging, I'm literally just tapping it in. We want to maintain the intensity, also we want to maintain the coverage, and the reason why we're doing this is just to create a nice canvas for the eyeshadows to pop on. So if you don't do this, your eyeshadows will still show, but they just won't be as intense as you'd like them to be. Using the Morphe 3503 palette, I'm taking that brown shade, I'm using that as my transition color. So a transition color is the color you put in between your crease and your eyebrow bone, basically just that little area there. That's where you normally put your transition shade. So I'm using that. You can see how I'm blending. You want to take your time to blend. Blend. You don't want any harsh lines, you just want to blend and blend away, so no one knows where one shadow starts and where it ends, basically. So it's really nice for you to pay some more attention with to your blending. Now I'm applying another shade of eyeshadow, and that's a darker brown. Now you don't need two shades to create this look, to be honest. Two shades of brown, you can just go with one, but you know, because I know what I'm doing, so I kind of know how to go around using that. But if you're creating this for yourself, you're trying it as a beginner, you just can go with one shade of brown and you'll be fine. So the reason why I'm adding the darker shade of brown is to create more depth in the outer corner of the eyes. So now I'm going to add a cool tone beige color in the inner lid. I'm adding a yellow color that's deeper, so to the center of the lid, because that's where we're going, and we're doing this to match hair color. So I feel like I lost some of that, some of the intensity of the first color, so I'm just going back in there to add more. Now I'm doing a winged liner using the Inglot 77 gel liner. So you can see me raising her lid, because sometimes when you draw without doing that, you end up with a big black blob. So you want to make sure you're taking your time doing this. Everyone's got different eye shapes. If you don't pull it up, you may not know the extent to which you should draw. I'm going in with that first transition shade, the first brown shade. I'm using that to smudge the under eye so as to tie in the entire look. Now this is not absolutely necessary, it's not compulsory, let's just say it that way. This look calls for it. The other looks that you want to keep the under eye bare, they're different kinds of look. Like, it's an art, you don't really, there are no rules per se, but for this look I'm definitely smudging that underneath the eyes. So I go with a tinier brush so I can get into all the areas. I'm setting her face with powder. I will link the actual powder I used in the description for anyone who's interested. So I go with a bigger brush to set the entire face. So I'm using some shadows from the eyeshadow palette to add blush to her cheeks. I do have a blusher, but I thought I might as well just use it from that palette. So I highlighted her cheekbones using the Technique 24 karat highlighter. Onto the lips, I used the same twist up pencil that I used for her brows. That's the same thing I'm using for her lips, to line her lips. That pencil is really gorgeous. I like that shade of brown. So I'm going to carefully outline her lip shape. I blend. Blending is the name of the game. So I'm going to add a clear lip gloss on top of all that lip action to pop even more, because the rest of the face is matte. Okay, we need something to really pop. So that's where we're adding that lip gloss. And to bring the look together, I'm going to spray it with this light luster from MUA, and that brings us to the final look. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this look and learned a thing or two. Please do subscribe to the channel, like this video, share with your friends, and stay tuned for more videos. And yeah, stay safe and stay blessed. Bye.